Are Catholics Christian? It is a very serious question because most people nowadays would say, yes, of course, it's one of the Christian churches. But this question would never have been asked in most of the last 500 years since the Reformation. It would never have been asked because people understood what biblical Christianity is. People live biblical Christianity and they would say absolutely no. That's why we had the Reformation. That's why we believe by grace alone, through faith alone, in Christ alone. We believe that Christ died once and for all, and that the head of the church is Jesus Christ and not a man in Rome saying he's infallible. Of course not. But nowadays it's taken for granted that Catholics are Christian. And it has become such that it's not politically correct to think otherwise. There has been a movement inside the Catholic Church since 1965. The Catholic Church started to use the word Christian about itself. It had Vatican II documents, and in these documents they again and again said that they were Christian. And then they produced the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and over 100 times they say they're Christian. And then they wanted, as a Christian church, to reach out to other Christians, calling them separated brethren.
Work of Alcazar and Ribera.
Now these were two Jesuits that are starting already way back early, and before the 1600 already. Ribera and Alcazar were already commissioned to penetrate, since the infiltration was very difficult in the days through the Reformation. They can spot an infiltrator very easily in those days because the battle, the struggle was face to face with the Vatican. Then Roman Catholics and the Inquisitors, they have a hard time trying to infiltrate the Christian churches, even in Spain, where it was underground completely. They have a hard, difficult time, and there was a most very fearful thing to infiltrate. Then nevertheless, they did it. They did infiltrate, and this is how they find many Christians worshiping the Lord in underground places. Now, through infiltration. But in these cases, they were not commissioned under the stream of an induction, as I was, under the stream of an induction. Ribera and Alcazar, they were to work, and then later Lacunza. There is more, but I will mention these three, the most important ones, in dealing with one special area, prophecy. They were assigned to deal especially with prophecy, with the purpose to do two things at least: to cover up any prophecy relate to the origin of the Antichrist, relate to the Antichrist, and relate to the papacy, relate to the Antichrist. And second, to cover up any idea that the Roman Catholic institution was never a Christian church, as I pointed out before. What that means is to make possible in Bible commentaries and church history that the Roman Catholic institution always will appear as a Christian church, fall in apostasy, and then need a renewal. And need a renewal. That was the idea that Ribera, Alcazar, and Lacunza tried to trace. Among other things, they tried to implement the idea that most of the prophecies of the book of Revelations were already fulfilled by the time of Nero. Yeah. What that means is that don't worry about prophecies today, don't worry about the Antichrist, don't worry about a one-world government, don't worry about nothing like that. Yes, that's correct.